Well, hey now, everybody. It's the Rob from Kiss 106 alongside my tag team partner in podcasting this week. Don't go messing with a country boy, Travis Sams. Good morning, Travis.
Good morning, Rob. How are we doing today?
Man, I'm doing okay. I had a tough time staying awake for Raw, and I'm going to be honest with you. I fell asleep in the final segment.
Really?
I did. Not to say the segment wasn't going well, just saying that's what happened to me.
Well, that's okay. I'm sure you probably at least read spoilers about it, right?
Help me out. What happened? I haven't really watched anything this morning.
The final segment was with Stephanie, Charlotte,
yes,
Becky, and then Ronda came in.
Right.
And was like, look, I never gave up my title. I just left it there as a sign to say, hey, you better think about what you're doing. So how are you going to give them a title match whenever I never relinquished my title? So she got the title back. And now their match is going from a title match to basically a match where if Becky loses, she is out of the match. If she wins, she's in the match.
Wait, so is that Fastlane?
This is happening at Fastlane, Charlotte and Becky.
Okay, Charlotte and Becky one-on-one at Fastlane.
Yes.
To determine what now?
To determine whether or not
Becky's in the match?
Becky is in the match at Mania.
So Charlotte's in no matter what?
Yes.
Becky, we don't know. We'll find out Sunday.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
But Ronda made a little bit of a heel turn.
Well, I saw her getting really uppity. Like she was getting a little too over the top with her promo, wasn't she?
A little bit, yeah. She was like, hey, you know what? I come in here, I try to do everything right, try to do everything by the book, and you people just wanted to boo me. I'll give you something to boo about, basically.
Isn't she trying to talk like an auctioneer, though? She's going really, really fast.
I don't know if it's that she's talking really fast or if she's using a lot of descriptive words that probably a lot of wrestling fans have never heard of in their entire life.
Can you think of an example?
Oh, my gosh. No. Like, you just got to go back and listen. Like, she uses words that you don't normally hear in a promo.
I wish you had an example. Okay, so Ronda's got the championship still.
Yes.
We have a one-on-one match at Fastlane to determine whether or not Becky gets into the WrestleMania match.
Yes.
Okay. This is interesting because you will be making predictions with me this week.
Yeah, and we already got another match added to Fastlane that we're going to have to make.
Which one's that? Why is that escaping me?
The Shield.
I thought you were going to say the Shield. Is it the three of them versus McIntyre, Corbin, and not Strowman? Oh, Lashley.
Lashley, yes.
Okay, so I want to start here because at the start of the show was the very big Shield reunion. Or I guess it wasn't the start.
It wasn't the start. It was, I would say it was the start.
But then they waited an hour to have us actually get the fist bump.
Yes.
Okay, so this makes me happy, and I'll tell you why. While I'm not the biggest Shield guy, and I just hate Roman going solo because it always winds up in like a main event picture and all this, and I just don't want that right now. Like, I want to be able to enjoy him back like everyone else is.
Yeah.
But the Shield, I find him to be the most palatable for me. What do you think about that?
I agree. I was a little worried at first whenever he came out and he said, you know what? There's one thing I want, and there's one man standing in my way of it, and that's Seth Rollins. I'm thinking, oh, man, he is going to get in the title picture.
That's what I was thinking, too.
But he didn't. He did. The way he did it was the right thing, basically saying, hey, slay the beast. I know you can do it. He's like, but what I really want is the Shield reunion. I'm like, oh, okay. Nice little turn of events.
Right.
So I think it's yet to be seen what Roman is going to do at Mania. I have a feeling, though, it's going to be something with Dean Ambrose.
Really?
Whether they face each other or they team up against maybe Corbin and Lashley.
Okay. So you're saying they may not be opponents.
They might not be opponents.
Interesting. I don't know if this is still a hot take, but I've been saying it since day one. Ambrose leaving is a total work.
You think so?
100%.
See, I don't think it is.
100%. Travis, when have you ever heard them announce that someone's not going to re-sign their contract? And even Michael, like they announced it on their website. Even Michael Cole reminded us on the show last night.
Yeah.
I do not buy it for a second. There is no way this is for real.
I think it is. I've got a guy.
You got a guy?
I've got a guy that says Ambrose is just burnt out.
Who's your guy?
I got a guy in Vegas.
A guy in Vegas is telling you that Ambrose is burnt out.
Yeah. Which happens to be where Vegas or where Ambrose lives.
I will take this bet. I don't care what you want to bet. Ambrose is not leaving. He may take a little vacation. He's not going anywhere else. I think it's all a work.
And it could be. It could be.
Is this guy you have in Vegas?
Yes.
Is this a real reliable source? Let's
just say he's the brother of a certain WWE diva who may or may not have a movie about her family.
Okay. Can we reveal who? Do you want to talk about your time in Vegas? I didn't know if that was something we can talk about.
Yeah, well, I mean, I went to Vegas with my buddy Micus, and he got.
I think the viewers know Micus, the Immaculate Micus. He's been on the show before. We're always pulling for him, and he had some big things going on in Vegas.
He
right?
did. He wrestled Rich Swann, Impact taping, and Rich Swann gave him the nod at the end of the match. It was a good match, but while we were there, we got to meet some people in the business, and a guy named Ash was one of the guys. He's Paige's brother.
Before we get to Ash, Micus, is he going to be on TV?
I don't know when that match is going to air. I've seen a few matches air. I think it might have already aired, to be honest with you, but I don't have the channel that Impact is on.
What channel is that?
I think it's on Pursuit.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they also have Twitch too.
I've heard of Twitch.
It's like an online.
I've never even heard of Pursuit.
I haven't either.
Man, what's going on? So did it already air?
I think it might have. It could be something you can YouTube.
Maybe. I would like to see it. If it hasn't aired yet, make sure you tell me when it's going to, and I'll relate to the viewers when that's going to be.
Yeah.
I would feel like Micus would have posted something about it though.
See,
right?
Micus didn't even have the channel. He doesn't. He doesn't have the channel. He's like, I can't even watch my own match.
Does anyone in the world have this channel?
I would like to hope so.
Weren't they on like Spike TV just like a few years ago?
Yeah, and then they went to Pop TV.
I think I have that.
I have Pop too, but Pursuit, maybe I do.
How in the world do I have access to Access and New Japan Wrestling, but I can't watch Impact Wrestling?
It's a mystery.
I don't know. I don't know if I have Pursuit. I might.
I'll tell you something about Impact Wrestling though. There's a couple girls on there that I would not be surprised if they don't get a call up from WWE before too much longer.
Interesting. All right. So Micus, I hope I haven't missed your match. Feel free to send me a link. I'd love to see it. In the meantime, let's talk about, so you met up with Paige's brother?
Yes, one of Paige's brothers, Ash. We met up.
One of the Beavises?
Well, he was like their adopted brother.
Okay.
So he was adopted by them, but yeah, he's living out there in Vegas and living the dream.
Is there any chance that he just read the same thing that everyone else is reading about Ambrose being burnt out?
I think he's got some guys too. I can't go into details, but I've seen some text messages.
I want to bet something. Like I just want to like, I'm so confident this is a work.
So we need to find out when his contract is up, and then we can make a bet. We can
conveniently, it's supposed to be right around WrestleMania.
It is. I mean, I'll bet you lunch one day.
I'm in.
All right.
We'll work out the details.
We'll work out the deets. Yes.
I'm totally thinking it's a work. That's just me. I feel that way very, very strongly. All right. So they make the announcement that the Shield is back. Dean Ambrose seems a bit reluctant throughout the course of the show.
Yeah.
To be a part of it. Finally, was it after the match with Elias?
Yes. He, basically kind of shrugged them off and started walking through the crowd, and then Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre came out and started attacking Rollins and Reigns, and so Ambrose is like, I ain't having this, so he joined him.
What do you think about? I'm going to switch gears here, unless you have anything more you want to talk about with the Shield.
That's pretty much it.
I was giving Ronda a hard time for cutting a weird promo. Just seems like she needs to work on her speed or timing a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you think about Batista's promo? Because I had thoughts.
I think Triple H, he was pretty spot on about Batista's promo. But
what did Triple H say about it?
Basically, he's like, really? That's heel 101.
Yeah,
I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this town.
Right. That's
play the game on my terms.
That's kind of where I was at. I was just like, this is such a kindergarten level promo. I'm not coming to Philly because I don't like it. Do I like Pittsburgh? Do I not like Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
I just thought it was so, like, what are you gonna like make fun of the sports teams next? You know, it's like I'm surprised he didn't like, you know, wasn't sitting on a Philly cheesesteak or something. The whole thing just was so basic to me.
It was, but that being said, I'm still so excited about Batista coming back because they're doing it the right way this time. They did it the right way.
Okay.
Last time when he came back, they made the announcement, and then everybody knew he was going to win the Royal Rumble.
All right.
Now he came back. No one saw it coming. Whenever Ric Flair did not come out and they went back to the locker room, I'm thinking Becky Lynch is attacking Ric Flair.
I'm going to give you that much. I was there too. I thought for sure it was Becky.
And then Batista came out and he says, "Do I have your attention now, Hunter?" That's all he needed to say. I was like, they did it right.
Last week was executed really well.
Yes.
With the only exception being everybody on the roster, they're out there to celebrate Ric Flair, but nobody besides Triple H goes back to help the guy. That was my only psychological flaw there. Remember, they had the whole roster on the ramp. If everyone loves him so much,
maybe they were just excited that Sting and Shawn Michaels were in the ring. They're like, we should probably go hang out with them.
Maybe. I'm sure that's what it was.
That could have been it.
Thanks for filling in those gaps for me. So, my only other problem, and while it did go off well last week, the only thing this is going to lead us to is a Triple H Batista WrestleMania match.
It is, and Batista's been teasing it for years. He wants it. He wants his retirement match to be against Triple H. But I like the angle. They're going more personal with it than kind of storyline. At least Triple H did in this promo, and so I think that's. I think it'd be good.
Maybe I'm being grouchy because I just don't care about the match, but the buildup has been okay.
Yeah.
If you take out Batista's Instagram promo.
Yeah. And the match could be terrible for all we know. Batista, he hasn't been in the ring in what, almost 5 years?
I guess it's been about that. And even so, that return wasn't anything to write home about.
It wasn't. Like I said, they did it the wrong way. But if they do it right this time, and I think Triple H has a little bit more sway now in how he wants things done, I think they'll do it right.
You think?
I think so.
Does someone from Vegas tell you that? So you have a source that says Triple H may have a little bit of pull?
No, I got another guy though. Another guy. He's
another guy.
Yeah, his name's Vince.
Oh wait, which Vince is this? You may have a Vince. Which Vince?
That's why I said
it. Which Vince do you have? I'm
not allowed to reveal all my details.
Did you manage Micus in Vegas?
No, I didn't. That was kind of his thing. I went there. I just kind of sat around, kind of learned.
But you brokered this deal, I'm assuming, as a manager.
Well, yeah. I wanted him to do this one on his own. He didn't need me for this one. He learned a lot from me, so he's doing that. And by the way, I've got some sweet suits that just came in the mail that I'm going to be debuting this weekend.
Where are you going to be debuting that?
Big B Pro Wrestling in Owensboro.
Where can we see it?
It'll be on YouTube, or you can actually go there Saturday at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. is when the bell rings at the Doug and Best Center in Owensboro.
Cool. So if anyone watching wants to go check that out, you can do that. So I have to do some stuff with the Warwick Humane Society this weekend.
Oh,
I won't be able to.
You got a guy there, huh?
I got a wife there, pal.
Well, so let's talk about speaking of women, Tori Wilson.
Yeah, okay. Boy, I go back and forth on this one. Okay, you know what? I've got my answer. She deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Your thoughts?
She does, but I think there are more deserving people.
Let's talk about just women, though, because we know how
I'm talking about women.
Okay, I'm not saying there's not more deserving. I'm just saying, while she might be close to that threshold, she's on the deserving side.
She's on the deserving side of it. She is. I'll give her that.
She was insanely hot.
Still is.
In an era of the hottest.
Mm-hmm.
In the era of the Trish Stratuses, the Stacy Keeblers, she found a way to still make my jaw drop every time she walked through the curtain.
Well, and then there was that thing with Sable.
Well, and that thing with Sable that happened in Playboy.
Yep.
And was it what? Who was Al Wilson? Al Wilson was.
It was her dad.
That's right. Al Wilson was with
Dawn Marie.
Dawn Marie.
Yeah.
And God bless wrestling.
Right.
The guy was in like a diaper getting a lap dance, and I mean,
then he died.
That's right. He died.
Yeah.
Did you listen to Pritchard's podcast this weekend?
I didn't. I missed that one.
First of all, it's about Jerry Lawler, and it is so good. By the way, I hear Jerry Lawler's coming to Evansville.
That's what I hear
shortly.
too. Yeah.
I hear it's not confirmed, but I hear he's going to be coming. Anyway, it's so good. It's about Lawler. Oh, shoot. I'm thinking about the Undertaker one. The Undertaker one, they talk about how many people Undertaker's was killing between like 04 and 06. Like Paul Bearer, he killed.
Yeah.
And Muhammad Hassan, he killed.
Yeah.
I forgot about Dawn Marie killing Al Wilson.
Well, I mean, when you look like that, it's kind of hard not to kill an old man.
My understanding it was kind of hard. That's why they had him. They had him in that diaper.
That is exactly why.
Taking the long way to get to a Dawn Marie, Tori Wilson match at like a Unforgiven or whatever.
Yeah, no one remembers the match. They just remember
Al
the build. Al Wilson.
That was the best. All right, so Tori Wilson going in. I think that I can't think of many women I'd want in more. Who's a woman more deserving?
I still say that Sable needs to go in.
Agreed. Okay, I can get with that.
Sable. I mean, then you've got. Oh gosh, I mean, Victoria would be a good one.
Not better than Tori.
Not Victoria's not. Mickey James.
Not better than Tori.
Really?
No.
Really?
What?
You don't think Mickey James is better than Tori?
I'm not a better induction, at least. First of all, Mickey James is still wrestling.
She still is, but then again, so is Kurt Angle.
Well, right, okay, but Kurt Angle wasn't inducted when he was still wrestling.
True, but I think if I'm thinking about the women, Sable's at the top for me, other than Chyna, who is getting inducted with DX. But
I was actually going to give you one more name. Sable's a good name. Chyna's a good name. I feel like the one more name that might be more deserving than Tori, I'm surprised you didn't say it, is Stacy.
Well, Stacy, I put her in the same book as Tori.
That's fair enough,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I think they're about the same. But I mean, the Hall of Fame class this year is shaping up to be pretty interesting.
We got Honky Tonk Man.
And I never would have expected Honky Tonk, because last I heard, Honky didn't want to be anything. He didn't want anything to do with WWE.
Honky's always grouchy. He's always cranky.
I love it how we could just call a man Honky and not get in trouble for it.
I'll tell you, that Honky's always cranky. And then DX. DX seemed to be pretty convenient.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons, mainly that Chyna is not going in solo.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of her videos starred her in.
Well, no, she wasn't solo in those either.
That's true.
But
she had another DX cast. Maybe.
She did. But I'm glad to see DX going in, because I mean, can't deny how influential they were, and especially WCW, WWE.
I was a DX mark.
Oh, I love DX.
I was a DX mark.
Yeah.
Loved them. All right, let's see what else we need to talk about.
Ooh, teams. We were talking about teams. They were DX.
Mm-hmm.
The Revival facing Aleister Black and one Ricochet. Did you notice Dash Wilder's new look?
Help me out. I had a weird night last night.
Dash Wilder, I mean, he's got the beard, but he shaved the beard and just had the goatee, the chin goatee. Looked like a completely different person. I'm like, did they just replace him? Is this fake Diesel?
So let me tell you something. The reason I feel a little lost on this episode is because tonight and last night we're dog sitting. My father-in-law needs us to watch his dog for 2 days. His dog is a perfect angel. My dog, Roxy, does not like dogs.
Yes.
So we spent the whole night keeping dogs safe. So that's why I may have missed these little things that you're talking about.
Well, if you get a chance, just watch a small clip. I mean,
I still have it on my DVR. At the very least, I'm going to watch the whole last segment with Stephanie, Triple H, and I'm sorry, Stephanie, Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte.
You don't even have to watch the match. Just give it a good look at Dash.
Okay.
It looks like a completely different dude.
I'm happy with what's going on with Ricochet, Aleister Black, even the other guys, DIY. I feel like while they're still a little up in the air, having them exposed every week is a good thing.
I think so too. It brings more eyes back to NXT.
We probably should, though, focus on getting them on one brand.
I agree. And that's the thing right now. I don't think that they're actually being called up. I think it's just right now it's getting more eyes on NXT.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, if they were being called up, they wouldn't have titles like Aleister Black, or not Aleister Black, but Tommaso Ciampa. He's still the champion.
Right. Okay. So you think that that's going to go away? Like they're going to just drift back to NXT?
Either that or Ciampa is going to lose his title at the next takeover. But here's the thing. That's a lot of guys to be moving up. A lot of big name guys to be moving up without really having a clear replacement for him. Like right now in NXT, who's going to take the title?
I don't know NXT well enough. I watch the takeover specials.
Well, that's where we're at right now. If it were me picking, I would say it's either Adam Cole or Ricochet taking the title from Ciampa.
What if this is what we do? You ready? I'm going to give you, this is my fantasy booking.
Oh, let's hear it.
We have Taz go back to the ECW arena.
Okay.
Beat Mike Awesome for the WCW title or whatever. What?
So isn't Mike Awesome dead?
Probably. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
I hope everyone's getting my joke at least.
I know what you're getting at.
Well, okay, Mike Awesome was ECW champion, but a WCW wrestler.
Yes.
Taz was a WWF wrestler, and he beat Mike Awesome for the ECW title.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So here's what I'm saying. We have Taz come back and defeat the NXT champion on a WWE show. That's what I should have said.
I would not be opposed to it.
And we leave poor Mike Awesome in the grave.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best because nobody wants to fight a dead guy. Nobody wants that.
Well, if we're going to bring back one dead guy, why don't we make it Al Wilson? Just bring it
I think so. Yeah, he needs a good second win. He needs to see his daughter get inducted. What if he shows up at the Hall of Fame?
What if he inducts her?
Didn't this dude die?
This could be okay. Now this fantasy booking is becoming awesome. Al Wilson inducts daughter Tori. Dawn Marie comes out, interferes.
He dies again.
Pops a rod one last time.
Bam.
We have to bury
Kill's over.
We have to bury 7 feet beneath the surface because he's got that extra flagpole sticking up.
Exactly.
Oh, this could be a beautiful thing.
I think WWE's onto something.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we can go out on this one. Speaking of dead guys, KKB. We lost him last night.
King Kong Bundy. Yeah, that's that sucks because I think he should have been inducted into the Hall of Fame a long time ago.
Yeah, I was talking to Eric on the Post to Post Facebook page about this. So I don't know if I'm right about this. I can't quote my source or anything, but I thought he was one of those guys that didn't want to be associated with wrestling anymore.
And he could have been.
But then Eric was telling me he still did indie shots.
Maybe he just didn't want to be associated with WWE.
And you know what? There was a group of guys like that too, like Bruno for a while.
Even Honky.
Yeah, Honky was one of those guys too. I don't know if he was one of those guys or what the story was, but I was saying I wouldn't be shocked if like in 2004 when they inducted like all of WrestleMania 1, if you remember.
Yeah.
If he got an invitation but declined that year.
It's quite possible. But
I'm just speculating.
I still think he's very, very deserving of being in the Hall of Fame.
He main evented WrestleMania 2 with Hulk Hogan. Had a very long running career. It included a big comeback when I started watching wrestling. He was present as the $1 million team.
The Heenan family. I saw a post today that says the family's back together again. I realized the Heenan family, they're all dead.
Oh wow, yeah. Wow. Okay, so you got Andre, got King Kong. You
got Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
Was it Big John Studd?
Big John Studd was in the family for sure. Is anyone still alive that was managed by Heenan?
I really don't know.
Wow. I didn't even think about it like that. Yeah. They're all back together again, I guess.
But it's weird because every time I think about King Kong Bundy, I think about a story my parents told me when they lived in Pennsylvania. They saw him at the airport and, they said hi to him and he was a really nice guy. And then he gets into his rental car, which happens to be one of those mini cars. This massive guy gets into a mini car and he was literally driving like this. I'm like, why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know the answer to that, but it's funny because I don't know if it was in Pennsylvania or New Jersey, but my brother like installed cable in his house or something.
Yeah.
And he was the first wrestling autograph I ever got. My brother told King Kong, my brother's a big wrestling fan. Could you sign something for him? And he did. And the first wrestling autograph I ever had was
King Kong Bundy.
Yeah. And
cool.
I thank my brother Charlie for that because that was a really cool gift. I I had just started watching wrestling.
Yeah.
He was a big time bad guy at the time.
Yeah.
Again, my brother was back and forth between PA and Jersey a lot, so I don't remember where this was, but yeah, that's my King Kong Bundy story, I guess.
That's pretty cool.
And not only that, just like when he was a wrestler, he was what a wrestler was supposed to be. You looked at him and you knew you were looking at a pro wrestling oddity.
Yeah. I mean, you feared that guy. He was scary.
You would not want to get into his. If you saw him walking down the street, you'd probably go to a different direction or cross the street or whatever. Also, this is not a rumor. I've gotten this confirmed. He is the guy who inspired the family on Married with Children, the Bundys.
Really?
Absolutely. Did you not realize that?
I never.
So check this out. So you had the Bundys.
Yeah.
Do you know who their next door neighbors were? The ones who always came over?
Yeah. Are you talking about their last name?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember their last name.
They were the Rhodes after Dusty.
Really?
Absolutely. And the show even had wrestlers appear on it. The creators of that show or the writers or whatever are not shy about this. They were huge wrestling fans. The Bundys were named after King Kong and the Rhodes were named after Dusty. And I think there was a third one whose name's escaping me right now, but there was another wrestling name also integrated.
Well, because what was the woman's name? His neighbor?
Marcy.
Because she had a husband like the first couple of seasons.
That was Rhodes.
And then the new guy.
Then it became Darcy. But
Darcy.
Yeah, Darcy. So, but those first seasons, yeah, I mean, there was the Bundys living next door to the Rhodes, and that was inspired by KKB and old Dusty right here.
I did not know that.
Second most recognizable athlete on the face of the earth.
That's right, Daddy. We go wine and dine with kings and queens.
Second only to Muhammad Ali. So, all right, man. Is there anything else we need to cover?
I think that was about it for last night. All the big highlights.
Big things. Michael Che and Colin Jost were there. I love Saturday Night Live, but last night they weren't necessary.
Not at all.
I also dug that you had Heavy Machinery go through the tag division.
Yeah, I love Otis, though.
And I agree. I'm with you. These guys they found a way into my hearts very quickly. Yeah. All right, let's wrap things up. We're going to be back tomorrow and Thursday because we've got predictions this week.
Yes.
So we'll watch SmackDown tonight. Hopefully, I'll have some more docile animals that have gotten used to each other. Time will tell. I've been enjoying SmackDown more lately anyway, so I like that it's shorter.
It's going to happen with the Kofi. That's the big question.
Listen, I don't care how many Beavises you know out in Vegas. I'm telling you, Dean Ambrose is working us. You're all falling for it.
We got lunch on that.
You heard it here first. Dean Ambrose is working you. We're out. We'll be back tomorrow.